So this is the 8th lecture, and today we'll discuss the division of non-decimal numbers. But before I move to today's lecture, the last lecture I ended up with the multiplication of non-decimal numbers. If you remember, multiplication of non-decimal number. So before I proceed for today's lecture, let's do few more problems based on this, on the multiplication. Suppose I say that you have a number 438. Let's take an octal number. Suppose I say that you have a number 463. Let's take it this way. And suppose I say I want to multiply this by 72 with base 8. Both the numbers are in base 8 and I want to multiply this. This is the first problem for today. I'll treat this as a problem for today. First problem. Now see, multiplication is done here with respect to base 8. First of all, you have this 2 3s are 6. 6 in decimal is same as 6 in octal. So it is 2 3s are 6. First I multiply this by 3. Now 2 6s are 12. But what I know 2 6s are 12 is in your decimal. I have to convert this 12 in octal. So if I have to convert this 12 in octal, just see how I'll convert this 12 in octal. This 12 in octal divide by 8. It is 8 ones are 8. Remainder is 4. The corresponding number is 14. So I can say that 2 6s is 14. This 2 6s is 14 in octal. It is 14. So 14 means I'll write 4 here and this one is carry. So this is 4 here. 2 6s are 12 and 1 carry here. I write this 1 carry here. Now 2 4s are 8 and 1 is 9. 2 4s are 8 and 1 is 9. But what I am saying in my mind is with decimal. So it is 9. Again I'll have to convert this 9 into octal. So 9 divide by 8. 8 ones are 8. Remainder is 9. I write in this order. So it is 1 1. So now it is 1 1 4 6. This is how I have done the multiplication with the unit digit of this. Let's come to 10 digit of this. As we do the normal multiplication, we simply put a cross here. Now just see, it is 7 3s are 21. 21 in decimal. I have to convert this in octal. So I divide this 21 again by 8. 8 to the 16. Remainder is 5. So it is 25. If you see, I write in this order. It is 25. So what I do? I write 5 here. Just see. I write 5 here and this 2 will be carry. I write 5 here and this 2 is carry. This 2 is carry. I hope that this is clear to you. Now 7 6s are 42. 42 plus 2 is 44. I divide this 44. 44 is in decimal. I have to convert this into octal. So what I do? I simply take this number 44 and divide this by 8. It is 8 5s are 40 and remainder is 4. So it is 54. It is 54 here. I write this 4 here. I write this 4 and this 54. This 5 is carried here. This 5 I am writing here. This 5 is carried here. Now 7 4s are 28 plus 5 is 33. 33 I convert this 33. I convert this 33 into octal. I divide this by 8. 8 4s are 32. I hope that this is clear to you. 8 4s are 32. Balance is 1. Remainder is 1. So it is 41. So I can say it is 4145. 4145. I hope up to this point this is clear to you. Now all I have to do is now add these two. But remember that this addition is in octal. What I obtained here, this number is in octal, as well as this number is also in octal. It is in base 8. So 6 plus 0 is 6, no issues. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 I am saying in decimal, but we have to do this addition in octal. 9 is 1 1. 9 divided by 8. 8 1s are 8. Remainder is 1. So it is 1 and carry 1. I hope this is clear to you. This carry is 1. 4 plus 1 is 5 and 5 and 1 is 6. Then this is 2 and of course this is 4 here. So I hope that this is clear to you, this multiplication in base 8. This is my answer. Let's take another problem. Let's take one last problem. I'll take that. Suppose let's go for a hexadecimal multiplication. Suppose I say that you have to multiply two numbers. I say that this is 7 5 A C. This is the next problem. Let's see. It is 7 5 A C. It's a problem here. 7 5 A C, and I say that multiply this by 2A. That's it. That's all. This much. You have to do this multiplication. Multiply this by 2. Now remember that this A corresponds to 10, B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on up to you have F is equal to 15. So now I multiply this. Just see A into C. What I am doing here, I am interested in this A into C. Just see this A into C. This A into C means A is 10 and C is 12. So I have to multiply this by 10 into 12. I want to do this A into T, A into C. 10 into 12, and this is 120, which I am doing in my mind is what? It is this. This is now in decimal, but I don't need the result in decimal. Rather, I need this in hexadecimal. These two are hexadecimal numbers. So of course, this 120 has to be converted into hexadecimal. So what I do? I divide this 120 by 16. 16 7s are 112. And remainder is 8. So the result is 78. The result is 78. I write 8 here. This 8 here. And this 7 as a carry. This 7 goes as a carry. Now A into A means 10 into 10. This is 100, and 100 plus 7 is 107. This 107, what I am saying, is in decimal. So again I have to convert this 107 into hexadecimal by dividing this by 16. And it is 16 6 are 96, and remainder is 11. Now this 11 corresponds to B. Just see. This 11 corresponds to B, and if I write this, the corresponding hexadecimal of 107 is 6B. So what I do, I write this B here. I'm writing this B here, and this 6 goes as a carry from here. Now again, A into 5, 10 into 5 is 50. And now I divide this 50. 10 into 5 is 50 plus 6 is 56. 56. I convert this 56 into hexadecimal. 6 3s are 48. 10 5 50. 6 48. And 56 minus 48 is 8. So it is 38. I hope that this is clear to you. This is 8, 38. This 38, I write 8 here, and this 3 is carry. I hope that this point is clear to you. Again, this is 70, 10 7 is 70 plus 3 is 73. Now I convert this 73 into hexadecimal. I hope that this is clear to you. 16 4 ja 64. And remainder is 9, so it is 49. So I write here 49. I hope that this point is clear to you. Again, I put a cross here. I simply put a cross here, and now again this is 24. This is 12, and this is 2. So this is 24. 24 divided by 16. 16 1 is 16. Remainder is 8. So I write this 8 here. This is 8. And this remainder 1 is here. Then again 10 to the 20, and so on. This I leave as a homework for you. Do this multiplication and then do this hexadecimal addition. Base 16, this is base 16. Whatever number you obtain here in base 16, and you add it. In the next lecture I'll tell you what is the answer. You will cross check it. You just cross check it whether you have done the correct calculations or not. So today I'll move to the division of these numbers. Division of non-decimal numbers. Now how to go for division of non-decimal numbers? Normal division we know for decimal number, how we divide any number, that we know very well. That if I have a number, suppose I have, this camera has been, let me adjust it little bit. So if I have to, how do I go for this? Normally how we go for division, suppose I say that I have a number, I say you divide this number 52 by 5, what you do? You make a table from 5 1 5, 5 2 10, it is 5 1 5, because 5 2 is 10, it is more than this, I multiply this, 1 into 5 is 5, and or suppose I say it is 5 6 0. So again I copy this 6 here, then 5 1 5, 1 0, 5 2 10, and if there is any remainder, that is a different thing. Here you don't have any remainder here. This is how we normally divide. Now let's see how we go for the division if you have a non-decimal number. If the number is a non-decimal one, how do we divide such type of numbers? For example, I say that what is, say let's take any arbitrary base. Suppose I say that I have a number, say 6 4 3 7. Suppose I have this number 6 4 3 this much 7. This is in base 8. Suppose I say that this is in base 8, and I say that I want you to divide this number, say by 5. This 5 is also in base 8. Now how I divide this? Very first thing, what I do, very first thing, I find that what are the digits which are available to me in that particular base. So in base 8 I have digits from 0 to 7. 0 I will not consider. So you have numbers from 0 to 7. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. Suppose I say these are the numbers. Now this is to be divided by 5. So I say that what is, I multiply all these numbers by 5. 5 into 1, 5 into 2, 5 into 3, 5 into 4, 5 into 5, 5 into 6 and 5 into 7. I know that this is equal to 5 1 5, 5 2 10, then this is 15, then 20, then 25, 5 6 30 and 5 7 35. I make a reference table here. Now these numbers what I am writing here are in base 10, right from this point to this point. These numbers are in base 10, but I am not interested in the division of base 10. I am interested in the division of base 8. So what I need do, I find the corresponding number in base 8, and if I find the corresponding number in base 8, 5 1 is simply 5. Say it is 5. 5 in decimal is 5 in octal also. So this is the corresponding number in base 8. Now I am writing all the corresponding number in base 8 here. So look at this number. Let me write with red color only in base 8. This is the number in base 8. 10. 10 means 8 1 8, 2 remainder. Then this is 15. 8 1 8, 7 remainder. 8 2 16, 4 remainder. 8 2 16, remainder is 4. 8 3 24, remainder is 1. Again 8 3 24, remainder is 6. And 8 4 32, remainder is 3. These are the numbers in base 10, and these are the corresponding numbers in base 8. What does it mean? In base 8, 5 1 5, 5 2 12, 5 3 17, 5 4 24, 5 5 31. If these numbers are in octal, this is decimal. Now these numbers are in octal, and the corresponding multiplication is this much. So 5 4 24, 5 5 31 and so on. Although it sounds very funny, but still we'll go this way. Now let's go for the division. That division, we know that how we have to divide this. Simply as we do any normal division. It is 6 4 3 7. I have this number 6 4 3 7, and I want to divide this by 5. So first of all you have 5 1 5. Now I subtract these two. 5 1 is 5. See, it is 5 1 5. I subtract these two, 1, and I copy this number 4 from here. This is what we do normally. I copy this number 4 from here. Now the resulting number is 14. Just see where you have, this is 12 and this is 17. 5 2s are 12 and 5 3s are 70. So I cannot go for 5 3s are 70. It will be 5 2s are 12. So I'll write here 5 2s are 12. And again I subtract this. 4 minus 2 is 2. Again further I write the next digit. I write this next digit here. Remember that we are doing octal subtraction here and division, of course. Then I copy the next number, that is 23. Now when I have copied this number 23 here, just see after this again I see the division between these two. 23 divided by 5 is how much? Let's check out here. It is here. If you see again, it is 3 times. 5 3s are 17. 5 4s is 24, which exceeds 23. So again this time it will be 5 3s are. 5 3s are how much? It is 17. 5 3s are 17. Now see, I have to subtract this. This is, just be very careful at this point. Actually what we are doing here, all these numbers are octal. All these numbers are octal. Normally it would have been like this, 23 minus 17. 13 minus 7 would have been 6, but no, when I do this subtraction, it is octal subtraction. It is a subtraction with base 8. This 3 is less than 7. I need a carry from here. Here remaining term will be 1 and the value of the carry will be 8. 8 plus 3 is 11 and 11 minus 7 is 4. This I have already discussed in the previous lecture while discussing with the subtraction of the numbers. So I have written this 4 here. 23 minus 17 is 4. And now I copy this number 7 here and you will have the final digit as 47. Now 47 divided by 5. Let's see. It is 5 7s are 43. So I'll obtain here as 5 7s are 43. Again I subtract this and this is 4. So I can say that this is my final result. When this number is divided by 5 in base 8, the quotient is 1237 and the remainder, I write Q as quotient, and the remainder is 4. Or if you want in decimal, you can substitute a 0 here. You will get 40, then again 5 7s are this much, and you can go for this integer part also. So I hope that this point is clear to you. Let's take another example. I'll take another example here. Let's take another example here, or a problem here. I treat this as a problem. This one was first problem was this. Let's take another example or problem here. Suppose I say that I take a hexadecimal, for example. Suppose I say hexadecimal, I say that you have a number. This is the problem here. What is the result if I divide 1 7 F C by a term, suppose I say A. Now we have to go for this hexadecimal. It's a hexadecimal number, base 16. Now as I did in the previous case, what I do first of all, what are the digits available in base 16? So the digits which are available to me in base 16 are, just see, you have, of course, apart from 0, you have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and then you have A, B, C, D, E and F. These are the digits available in hexadecimal numbers. Now I have to divide this by A, so I'll see the multiplication by A, as I have seen here multiplication by 5. So here it is, since this divisor is A, here it was 5. So what I do simply A into 1. Just see what is the result. A into 1, then A into 2 I have already written, A into 3, A multiplied by 4, A multiplied by 5, A multiplied by 6, A multiplied by 7, A multiplied by 8, A multiplied by 9, A multiplied by A multiplied by B, A into C, A into D, A into E and A into F. See, what will be the result? The point is that, what is the result? First, I'll do my calculation in my mind, which what I know from my childhood is the decimal. Now a into 1, a is 10, 10 into 1 is 10, 10 into 2 is 20, 10 into 3, for simplicity I have taken a, that's why. It is 30, 40, 50, 60. So the corresponding number in decimal is, sorry, this is 10. No. This is 10. Then this is 14. This number, not 14, I'm sorry, it is 20. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Then another number you have 80, 10 9s are 90, 10 10s are 100, 110, 120, 130, 140 and 150. Now these are the number in decimal. These all are the numbers with base 10 here. These are the numbers with base 10 here. Now what I will do, I will convert all these numbers into base 16. I'll convert all these numbers into base 16, means I'll divide this by 16 and writing in the reverse order. I know the conversions how we have to do. These all numbers are in base 10. So 10 ones are 10 and this 10 corresponds to A. This corresponds to A. 20 divided by 16. 16 ones are 16. Remainder is 4. So it is 14. 16 to the remainder is 14. Then 30. 30 means 16 to the 32. No, 16 ones are 16. So and remainder is 14. So it will be 1 E. Then again so on. This number will be 28. You can do it. I hope 40. How I'll convert 40? I'll divide this 40 by, just see, I'll divide this 40 by 16. So it is 16 to the 32. Remainder is 8. I write this as 28. So I am straight away writing this. This next number will be 32. Next number will be 3C. Then the next number will be 46. Next will be 50. This is 5A. And your 100 corresponds to 64. This is 6E. I have done the calculation already. This is 78. Then this number is 82. 82. Then this is 8C. And this is 96. I want you also to cross check it. Do this conversion. It will a kind of revision for you of the conversions. Now it means A into 1 is A, or here A into 5. Normally 10 into 5 is 20, but here this A into 5 is 32. These are the numbers in base 16, what I have written with red color here. Now let's come to the division first of all. 10 divided by 17. Now I am A and 17. See, this is 14, and after this number exceeds 17. 1A, 1E. So it means A to the 14. So I'll write here as A to the 14. I subtract this. 7 minus 4 is 3. I copy the next number. This number I copy here as F. 3F. Now look at this 3F in the reference table. Here you are getting 3C and this is 46. 46 is exceeding this 3C. It means A into 6 is 3C. 3C. So I'll get A into 6. A into 6 is 3C. And I subtract this. 3C. F is 15 and C is 12. F is 15 and C is 12. 15 minus 12 is 3. And then you have C. Again 6 times. So A into 6 times. It is 3C. I subtract this. What I have done, I copied the C first of all. And 3C minus 3C will give me the result 0. It means my final answer is, for this particular problem, when I divide by this quotient is equal to 266 and remainder is 0. I hope that this is clear to you. This division of non-decimal numbers is clear to you. So multiplication is clear, I suppose, and division is clear to you. For multiplication, let me give one problem. Let's do the binary one on your own. Suppose it's a problem here. Homework for you. 110111 multiplied by 101. How will you multiply? 1 multiply this factor will be same, 1101011. Then multiplication by 0, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, 2 2 4 7 digits. I put a cross here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 0. 0 multiplied by all these things. Then I'll put 2 cross here. Hope this is clear to you. And then I write the same digit and you add these numbers. It's a homework for you. Similarly, you can go for binary division also. So I hope that this multiplication, division, addition and subtraction of non-decimal numbers is clear to you. We'll provide you assignments with some problems. So, and then I'll move to the next topic. So thank you for the time being.